What's up, guys? Welcome back to Corvette Weekly. Welcome back to the show that is everything and anything Corvette. We have a lot of really interesting stuff to talk about tonight, as usual. There's always some form of drama going on in the Corvette world, it seems. But tonight, it's one that kind of factors into the other drama that we've been talking about for a couple weeks now, and that's the C8 Grand Sport. We do have Ricky in the chat here, of course. He was on last week to tell us his experience with getting a Z06 after owning an E-Ray for a while. And I got a lot of really, really positive feedback from that video. So I like the idea of real life, real world experiences, I guess I should say. And it's interesting because I have a C8 Z06. Obviously, I've owned two of them. And I can tell you all day till I'm blue in the face that this car is amazing. It's awesome. It's everything that pretty much everything that you want it to be. But until you hear it from somebody else, like you're probably tired of hearing it from me. And that's why I thought it would be a good idea to bring Ricky on and have him give us his experience. So I'm glad that seemed like it worked pretty well. Maybe we'll do stuff like that in the future with other people who can also share their experience, especially if they're switching from one car to another. It doesn't have to be that you switch from an E-Ray or a Grand Sport or something over to the Z06. It doesn't have to be even Z06 related. I would like to talk to a lot of you guys about switching from anything to anything and why you did it and what your experience is like. So a lot of people want to see that, hear that. That's what we're here for. Sharing some experiences and Corvette love, of course. So anyway, guys, again, thank you for tuning in. We already got a donation from Ricky. He wants those headers apparently. So Ricky is in for 20 entries as of right now for the headers. Like I said, we're going to be giving these away at the end of the month. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about yet, it is the Concept 841 headers for a Z06 or a Stingray. So if you guys are interested in grabbing these headers for a much, much, much less smaller price, this is the way to do it. So Ricky is in right now for 20 entries. If you donate $10, that's one entry. $50 or more is double entries. So every $10 is an entry normally, but if you donate $50 or more, you're going to get double entries. Obviously, if we click on these, if you guys have been watching my channel at all, you already know I have these headers, and they are some very, very interesting headers. So the only ones on the market that are equal length, they look amazing. Not that it matters, you're never really going to see them. But better than anything, they sound amazing. They really do. They kill that kazoo sound that the stock car has on D-cell, especially if you have high flow cats or an exhaust. You'll hear that even more. These things literally give this car an F1 sound. And you can get them for a lot less than you'd pay normally. If you can see the price right there, they're $3,000. It's not exactly cheap. You can win these for less than that if you throw $10 at this, $50. I mean, heck, if you're under $3,000 and you win, you're saving money. So again, Concept 841, I've worked a lot with Martin over there, and he's a great guy. His product seems to be really awesome. I haven't had any problems with him on my car. And I know David's going to be speaking of these on his behalf here very soon as well, because he has them on his car too. So stay tuned for David's experience with it. But if you're sitting there thinking, Justin, I don't have a Z06, you can also win these for a Stingray. If you have a Stingray instead, the set of headers is offered for them as well, and those are even a bigger kind of giveaway here. Now, this is also including the center exit exhaust, so that's probably why it looks more expensive, but you would get just the headers here for the Stingray or the Z06. So you guys are covered no matter how you slice this. So Concept 841 is obviously one of the sponsors of the channel today. The other one, of course, is going to be NCM Insurance. You guys know the drill. I know a bunch of my subscribers have just recently saved a ton of money by switching to NCM Insurance. Actually, Mark is one of them. The ZR1 guy himself, basically. He saved a ton of money by switching over to NCM Insurance, and he has, I can't remember how many cars he put on there. It might have just been the C8 Z06 and a C8 ZR1. He put both of them on NCM Insurance and saved a ton of money. My dad just did the same thing with his new C7 Stingray. They are typically going to be the best for your fun weekend car, basically. So if you guys are going to go ahead and try this, I have a link in the description down below for getting a quote from them. It's free, takes a couple minutes of your time. And on step 3, it's going to ask you how you heard about us. Just type in there HPO26 so they know exactly where you came from and exactly why you're there. It helps the channel. Even if you're not looking to switch for an insurance company purpose, it still helps me if you check it out, get a quote, and you never know, you might end up saving some money. So check them out, link in the description below. But for now, guys, I'm going to turn the camera over to our favorite Joeler, and he's going to talk to us a little bit about the Criswell partnership sponsorship of the channel. Criswell's got some cool cars. So, Joe, if you want to take it away, go ahead.
Thank you, Justin. Good evening, everybody. Exciting. The 27s are finally starting to roll in. There's been a little bit of a lag at really every dealer that I've talked to, but Criswell has some nice ones in stock and on the way. 2 in particular that I really wanted to feature tonight. Both brand new 27 Corvettes, of course. One is a coupe, one is a convertible. They're both highly optioned 2LTs. The first one is actually one we had last week. I'm surprised it's still here. I think it's an awesome build, and Justin and I were talking off camera on this one, but I'm going to review it really quickly for you again. Beautiful Admiral Blue. It's a 2LT coupe with adrenaline red and black interior. MSRP is $96,910. That's over $16,000 in options on top of it being a 2LT. Includes the Z51 package, the front lift, center quads, a must on this car, high wing, the black 10-spoke gloss wheels, red calipers, and more and more and more. The HPO exclusive price for this car is $91,095. Again, it's on an MSRP of $96,910. Doing the math, that's $5,815 off a car that literally was prepped about a week ago. I can't remember a new model year car coming out that literally has been on a lot for a week, 10 days that is already being discounted $5,815 courtesy of our partnership with Criswell. But that's not it, Justin. That's not all. You also get the $800 doc fee waived through HPO Vet Exchange and our partnership. So if that's one you like, email us directly on that. We'll hook you up to directly the head of sales. And so far, the feedback from everybody who has purchased through our partnership has been very, very pleased. The second one I'll touch on is another beautiful color, actually. Red Mist. It's a 2LT convertible with black interior. Sticker on this one, $108,390. That's right, over $20,000 in options on this car. Z51, front lift, quad exhaust, high wing, carbon flash nacelles, 10-spoke gloss black wheels. Of course, you got to have the edge red calipers with this build, and the list grows from there. A good friend of mine in the club actually has a Red Mist, and I got to tell you, with the PPF and the ceramic coating in the sun, I'm not sure there's a car that pops more than my buddy Mark's. So that's a really good looker for you. Our exclusive price, $101,886. Again, sticker was $108,390. That is $6,504 off a brand new 2027 with the brand new motor, as you all know, and the more recently updated interior as well. That I know a lot of people really that I've talked to are really, really pleased with that upgrade. Those that have it. Also, Justin, that's not all. Yes, $800 off the doc fee. So if you pile those all together, you're getting a really, really nice deal on a brand new 2027. The other thing I want to touch on, an exciting news category, Natural Glass Corvette Association is hosting its 48th annual car show. It is not open to just Corvettes. It's open to all cars. We've talked about it a bit on the show over the last month or two, but September 20th is coming very quickly. It will be one of New Jersey's, if not the largest show of the year. It is a judged show. There will be 70 trophies plus. but don't let the judging scare you, because it is solely judged on cleanliness. And that is one that all of us can basically make sure we can handle. Appearing live will be probably our most famous member, none other than, you guessed it, Justin. He is a member of Natural Glass Corvette Association, as is Joler. So the two of us will actually be there live on September 20th at the Community College of Morris. And if that wasn't enough, Big Jim will be in the house, and Big Jim will actually be heading up our parking detail. So as you come in, he will make sure that you have the prime spot for this particular show. So that's what I want to touch on for tonight. If you're interested in both, one, or frankly, there's another 6 cars inbound, some of which are already at Griswell. So if you happen to go to their site and these two don't meet your expectations for the particular color you like, they do have torch red, black, white, and a few others also inbound. So Justin, everybody, thanks for your time. I'm going to leave it there, and I hope to see you all next week and then in Carlisle.
Awesome. Sounds good, Joe. Thanks for the update.
You bet.
All right, guys. So as you saw there, we have some pretty cool cars down at Criswell Chevrolet. And of course, we get some really interesting prices. We're saving about $6,000 plus off of these cars just by contacting us first, and then we will put you in touch directly with the dealership to let them know that you're coming to them from our partnership, basically. And that's a no-brainer. If you could save $6,000 for doing one extra step that takes 10 seconds, I can't think of an easier thing to do to save $6,000 plus. So really cool cars. They have a bunch of 2027s down there. Those are just the 2 that we've been allotted for this particular Monday night. So yeah, we have a special guest joining us tonight.
Not sure if you know her or not.
Yeah. So she's in the house tonight. So, yeah, she's going to give us her expert opinion on everything Corvette. So, again, guys, if you're just joining, if you could, please smash the thumbs up button first off. Let us know that you're liking the content. Looks like we have 160 people watching and only 42 thumbs up. So we can definitely do better than that. Amber is joining us for the night. So if you guys like that idea, smash the thumbs up button.
And they know I like to give stuff away.
Yeah, she ends up giving crazy numbers. So anytime she's in the house, you guys know something's going to happen that's crazy. So
do you think we should, hey, Seawolf, what about the giveaway for this week?
We don't have one for the week. We have one for the month.
It's
Concept 841 headers, which are about $3,000.
Nice.
And
who do we got in on that giveaway so far?
We got a lot of people in, but Charles, I didn't get to throw his name up here. Charles Samaha just donated $200, so he's in for another 40 entries. But the big one comes from Zelle, which is my preferred method here because it's YouTube doesn't take any of the money. But
let me guess, how much was it?
You're never going to guess this one.
I don't know this, guys, so this is just a guess. Who's it from?
It's from Mark.
Mark, okay. I'm going to say 1K. I don't know. Is Mark the other guy you were talking to the other night about his DR1X? Or DR1?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say 1,000.
Okay.
He donated.
That's exactly what he donated.
Is it really?
Yeah, which is really weird. I never expected you to actually guess that.
That was just a guess. I was going to say 500, but when you said Mark, I was like, no, I know he went big or went home.
Mark, she knows you better than I do, apparently. So,
is he on tonight?
That's him right there. So
okay.
He said the princess has entered the room.
ZR1 Mark.
Ron Jackson asked what Amber's favorite color is.
My favorite color is purple. I mean, we don't want to get real specific, but it's like a plum color purple.
Great topics. Nice to involve the family. Yeah, I try to all the time, but usually she's at work. So,
who are we missing tonight? Any big hitters tonight?
Jay Brazelton will be on later.
Okay, what about Professor Corvette?
I think I saw his name in here.
I am actually working with Professor Corvette's lady to get him to come to Carlisle. We've been chatting.
Yeah, well, we did a vote on it, and everybody voted to have him there, so he had to come, basically.
Right. So I think he's working on something. Well, at least I was told he was working on something.
He is in here.
So, Professor, can you update me on the status? Has Christina talked to you about? I know your go-to place is not available, but I think you were looking into a cottage. Can you confirm or deny that?
Joey Cut says, if I win, can I use it towards Concept A41C6 headers? I'm going to go ahead and venture to guess that the answer to that is probably yes.
Should we parking lot and be 100% sure? Because that might be his reason, like if he donates or not. Is there anybody you can reach out to immediately to see if we can get an answer on that?
Not immediately, unless he is watching. Martin, if you're watching, let me know the answer to that. I would say yes, because I believe they're roughly the same price. Let me check real quick. But if I had to guess, it's likely the same price. And
is it a C6 ZR1, C6 Z06?
Probably a Z06 if I had to guess. Actually, they're a little bit less. So
he'd probably say yes then, I'm guessing.
Probably, I'm going to guess yes on that, Joey Cuts.
Hey, Kevin, tell Val we said hi.
Anthony George says, for anyone getting the 841 headers, you will not be disappointed, but be prepared for that passenger side header. See, here's the thing, Anthony. I agree to an extent, but there has been a slight redesign, or a slight change, I should say, to make that passenger side header a little easier to install. I do wish that I would have had that easier to install passenger side header, but apparently the new set, the new batch, I should say, after my install has been the ones that are a little bit easier for the passenger side install. So, yeah.
So ZR1 Mark says, pick me a winning lottery ticket number. I'm going to do my best. I didn't realize it, but this giveaway is going to be after Carlisle had already happened. Is that right?
Yeah. So you guys will actually get to hear these in person on my car, because I know for those, actually really only the guys that watch the live video, you guys are the only ones that know really that I'm going to be twin turbocharging my Z06. And that's not going to happen now until after Carlisle. Initially, I was going to have the kit for Carlisle, but it's been delayed a little bit. So I will still have the fully naturally aspirated setup that I have. So you'll be able to hear it at Carlisle if you're interested in these headers. And you'll still have 1 week to get in on the giveaway. So you'll be able to hear them before you decide if you want to do that.
So why would Riptide not be able to use those headers in California? Is it like a sound ordinance or something? Or
California is weird with everything. I'm honestly, Kevin, I'm surprised you could do anything out there. It always seems like they're limiting stuff.
What is the reason?
EPA stuff. They're real crazy with it out there.
Oh, wait. Professor Corvette says present. Professor, you have to answer my question. Did you or did you not find a place for Carlisle this year? Christina said the preferred choice was not available, but just wondering if that second option has been booked. Question for Amber, does Justin cook? And if so, what is his best dish he can make? So actually, it's funny you say that. Just last night, this past weekend was our anniversary. Saturday was 9 years. 8/8. It's 9 years. He actually made, are you ready for this? Chicken, stuffing, mashed potatoes. Now, the mashed potatoes were a little bit boxed. They were the Bob Evans. If you know Bob Evans, are pretty good. And no dessert, though. What? You didn't complete the...
We're both on a weight loss journey,
Yeah.
so we can't go too crazy with that.
But yeah, I mean, he does okay. The crock pot or the grill out on the porch is his best friend. But stovetop cooking, not so much.
No
That's
stove,
not your thing.
no stovetop. All right, so we just got another from Joey, so he's in for 80 now.
Did you put down...
I will have an answer for you for sure by next week, Joey, on that. Actually, it'll probably be before then, and I'll just send you an email.
We got a question here from engineer.
Darren Burnett says, Justin, if my experience with Corvettes from C2 through C8 can benefit the channel, just shout. Awesome. Darren, I will be in touch for sure. That sounds like a good idea. And again, for those of you just joining, number one, smash the thumbs up button. Looks like we got 150 people in here, 61 thumbs up. So let's get to 100 by 8 o'clock. Yeah, look at the fireworks. Yeah.
Actually, we just had some of this going off this past weekend. I don't know, our neighbor, for some reason, he has a pool party, and when he has a pool party, fireworks are always involved.
It's because he wanted more thumbs ups, guys. Smash the thumbs ups. But again, if you're just joining, you didn't hear me talk about it earlier. If you have an experience from switching from one car to any Corvette, so basically if you switch from a Camaro to a Corvette, whatever the experience was, it would be or an interesting conversation to have, like we did with Ricky last week, where he was switching from an E-Ray to a Z06. It doesn't have to involve a Z06. And no, I don't coach you guys. If you have some sort of experience there, I want to hear a real life experience. I'm not here to sell anybody on any specific model. If you like you can like what you like. It doesn't matter to me. So if you guys want to get in and maybe spend some time in the hot seat, so to speak, you can do that. And let me know if you have anything that you would like to talk to the other channel members about. I think it would be pretty cool.
Hey, Mr. O, I'm here for you tonight. You know I like to give stuff away. I see you there. Aaron, AARPM's in the house. Evening.
Anthony George said my installer would have loved that revision. I would have loved it, and so would Dana. Me and him both kind of tag teamed this, and it wasn't necessarily difficult. Honestly, it was way easier than I thought it was going to be up until sliding that passenger side header down in. And now, from what I understand, that's going to be easier. So that's going to, the whole install was hopefully now going to be easier than I thought it was going to be.
And Mr. O, by the way, we went to that sushi place that Melissa and you and Justin and I went to the other night. It was just as good as when we went with you. Let's see, we got to have some kind of good question here. So Justin and Amber, are you going to bring a grill to Carlisle? So $1 Million Baby, are you looking for Justin?
That's Bill.
Oh, is it Bill?
Yeah.
Did he change his name again?
Mm-hmm.
Bill, come on now. I didn't even know that. Yeah, we'll bring the grill if you bring the steaks.
There you go, Bill.
So there it is. Yeah.
Bring the steaks. We'll bring the grill.
That's right.
All right, we are at 78 likes, guys. Keep going with the thumbs ups. Let's get to 100.
Oh, Kevin Horan's got an actual good question. How long does it take to put in inventory in a coupe, not including cutting the carpet? You're exactly right about cutting that carpet. If you don't have the right tool, it's tough.
It's about 3 or 4 hours for your first time. But Kevin, we have it down to such a science. I could probably do it in about an hour. So you're not that far from us. And if you want to come down probably the weekend before Carlisle, or even the day before Carlisle, David will probably be at my house. We could knock that out pretty quickly. If you have the intake and everything, we can get it on there pretty quick. So think about that. Shoot me an email and let me know if that's something you're interested in. We could probably do it.
Anthony George and Hot Rod Todd called it about 3 hours for an inventory.
Yeah.
You got, like you said, you've gotten better for it.
Yeah, you have to take that bolt out again. Yep.
Ouch.
It's a lot easier after you put the inventory in, though. Once you get that bolt out, that bolt never goes back in with the inventory. All right, so let's see. We got 140 people watching, 79 thumbs ups. Keep going with the thumbs ups, guys. Let's get to 100 here within the next couple minutes. Would be really awesome. We do have some interesting stuff to talk about tonight with some, I'll call it interesting, I guess, but there's a problem with some Grand Sports right now. So if any of you out there have a Grand Sport, this is something you're going to want to focus on. So Ricky, Z06, is actually the one that brought this to my attention. And this is an interesting problem. So if you guys haven't seen this yet, check this out. So this was posted over on the Facebook group.
Is that oil?
And it says, beware, the new Corvette has some oil leaking problems. And the dealer said there are no parts to fix it. I spent $135,000 on it, and it's been leaking since the day I bought it. It's a quart a day. Leaking a quart a day. I asked for my money back, and they said that they basically that they won't do that. They have to try to fix it first for the second time, and still haven't received the parts for my dream car, and it's been a nightmare. Stay clear of the new Grand Sport. Bad service from the factory so far. 1,200 Grand Sports are affected. All I can do is let it sit in the garage until they find the parts to fix it, and they will not take any off the line, I guess. They already have my money, so they can build ones they can still sell. This looks pretty severe. If he's losing a quart a day, that's a lot. And you can see the picture there. There's a good bit of oil on the floor. So this looks like this could possibly be a problem with at least the Grand Sports, possibly 6.7 liters in general. But for right now, it's the Grand Sport. And so there is going to most likely be a TSB or maybe a recall on these. This is something to keep in mind. This is just another reason why, you guys know I'm going to weave this in there, another reason why it's a good idea to buy a Z06 for the same money.
Oh gosh, here we go again. Let's wind up these YouTubers a little bit about
$135,000 is that's no cheap amount of money to spend on a car. So if you're spending that amount, you should be getting something pretty solid. And at this point, the Z06 is now going on into its 4th model year. The problems with the Z06 are pretty much worked out, if there was ever any, to be honest with you. I had a 23 and I have a 25 now. I've had 0 issues with my Z06s. So really something to keep in mind if you're looking for a Grand Sport. Yeah, Z06 Hot Rod Todd said the 135K should have added the optional gaskets. Exactly. Because, I mean, another thing to talk about, I think I had this pulled up here, but yeah, the most expensive Grand Sport you can get is pretty crazy. If you go on there and you spec it out, you can get a Grand Sport up to $155,000. And I mean, if you max out a Z06, you're probably close to 200, but it's crazy whenever you're optioning out a car like that, because you don't really have to get a really good Z06. Like, in my opinion, this is going to be strictly my opinion at this point. The best build for a Z06 is going to be, of course, a 3LZ Z07 package. Skip the carbon fiber wheels, buy aftermarket that fit better and won't break as much, stuff like that. You're well under $155,000, and you're going to be in a arguably better car.
Professor got jokes. Just wait 8 days and the leaking will stop. That's because it takes 8 quarts of oil.
Is this a problem affecting multiple people or one dude? Seems, yeah, he said in the actual screenshot here that it is supposedly it affects 1,200 Grand Sports. So far, GM has apparently identified an issue, and it is affecting 1,200 different cars currently. So whether or not that is something that has been caught and fixed at factory now, so new cars are not going to be affected by this, that's still to be determined. With the car leaking as much oil as it is, it doesn't sound like something to me that would be a one-off kind of thing. This sounds like something that's probably going to be a quality control issue or something like that. Yeah, there we go. The gaskets were on constraint. It is what it is. I mean, whether it's if there's a problem, I mean, I can bring up the videos from the past where there was actually it was an oil leak with the Z06. It was the same kind of thing. It's none of these cars are immune to this. It's just if there's a problem like this and any of you guys are potentially owning a Grand Sport, I'm going to talk about it because I want you guys to make sure you're on top of all this kind of information. So
Bill, I have to ask, why did you change your screen name to $1 Million Baby?
Well, you were right. There's 8 quarts in the car and it's leaking a quart a day. So after 8 days, the leak disappears.
It takes doesn't take 9.5 quarts.
No, it takes 8.
It does take 8. So
and actually,
right?
Yeah, you were right.
Are you laughing?
No, I read into it too much. So if anything, I'm laughing at me.
Well, yeah, because you have more knowledge about this stuff than I do, but I sound like I might have known a little bit of what I was talking about.
Well, yeah, and
so there's no more to leak after there's 8 quarts gone.
Right. Oddly enough, with that said, the LS6 in the C8 Grand Sport and C8 Stingray now
just give me a pat on my back.
They have switched over to the 5W50 supercar oil, which is the same oil that the Z06 takes. So that's how I know it's 8 quarts, because I know the Z06 is 8 quarts. So it takes 8 quarts of the same exact oil now. So now if you have this oil leak problem, now you know at least what kind of oil to buy to top it off.
And after 8 days, there'll be no more oil.
Right. There's no leak left after 8 days because all your oil is on the ground.
Right.
Not great.
Hopefully not in your finished garage.
Carrie Gloss says Grand Sports leaking on showroom floors and dealer lots, slip and fall lawsuit. Yeah. Now, if you guys remember last week, we had somebody in the comment section, and I still have not verified this. I can't find any information on this, but someone in the comment section said that the Grand Sport was pushing 270-degree oil temperatures or something on the track. Mm-hmm. Somebody out there reviewed a Grand Sport, did some heavy track driving with it, and was able to overheat, or get close at least to overheating the oil. I have not been able to find or verify that information. So whoever that was, if you're still in here, I would like to have you say that again and tell me where you heard that so I can verify it. Because if that's the case, that's a big problem. Between oil leaks like this and overheating on the track, big problem. Big problem, especially if there's anybody out there who wants to refute the fact that the Z06 is the track car. You're not going to do it with an overheating engine from a Grand Sport. So I'd like to get more information from that. If you're in here, let me know. Ron Jackson says, how come no issues with Stingray? I don't know for a fact that there's not. This particular person stating that the oil leak is happening with his Grand Sport didn't say whether it's a 6.7 liter engine issue or specifically a Grand Sport issue. I'm going to probably guess it's going to affect the Stingray as well. If they've put out, or if it isn't a Grand Sport specific part. I don't know what that could be. If there's additional coolers on the Grand Sport or anything, we'll have to wait and see. But something tells me this is going to be a TSB here very soon. Let's see here. Flex Seal, yeah. Rally Roofer says Carlisle is just a few days away, and I'm sure it'll be brought up with discussion with the engineers. Yep, 100%.
So Professor did answer my question. It's unlikely for the trip. Well, that's a bummer.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, so yeah, Mark, 270 is actually the oil temperature, not the coolant temperature. So there is a point of which your oil temperature gets obviously too hot, and the engine will literally tell, or the car will literally tell you that you got to pull over and let it cool down, or you could have some serious problems happening. So I'm still waiting to confirm this, but if this is true, this is a big problem for that car because it can't be really marketed as a track car if it's going to overheat to that degree. So yeah, definitely keep an eye on that if you have a Grand Sport and you're tracking it. I don't know for sure if it's a legit issue yet. I'm waiting to hear. Let's see. That's true too. Hot Rod Todd, maybe that was a combined issue where maybe the car had leaked a bunch of oil and the person didn't know. Then that was what was causing the overheating. That's very possible. So, like I said, take it with a grain of salt for now. I will definitely verify this at some point to make sure whether this is legit or not. But as of now, I've not been able to find anybody else saying that, nor could I find a video that this was reportedly spoken in. Probably a valve cover gasket is where the leak is coming from. It's probably something pretty simple. I know whenever the leak happened with the Z06, I think it was a front seal or like right around where the crank is. I can't remember exactly what it was. All right, guys, we got 200 people in here watching, 97 thumbs ups. Let's keep going with the thumbs ups. We got a lot to talk about tonight. And if you're just now joining, the giveaway for the month is actually going to be a set of Concept 841 headers. And you can get in on this and win a set of headers for a Z06 or a Stingray. And if you have a Z06, you're already going to know, especially if you're watching the channel, these are literally the best sounding headers on the market. They're the only headers on the market that are equal length. So these things really sound good on the Z06. They're normally $3,000. You guys can win them on the channel. Donation of $10 is an entry. $50 or more is double entries. So get in on this. You can get these things for significantly less. And trust me when I tell you, you're going to love them. I have a bunch of videos on my channel of me installing them on the dyno, flybys. These things sound amazing. Check them out if you're not 100% sold. And if you were coming out to Carlisle, you're going to get to hear them in person right before we give them away the following Monday. So come hear them in person if you want to really understand why these things are as good as I say they are, because they are. Let's see. No, this particular person didn't say the actual cause because apparently the dealer doesn't know just yet what the cause is. Apparently the orders or the parts are on back order or something. Like I said, more information as it comes, but for now we know if you're a Grand Sport owner, keep an eye on the floor in your garage just to make sure you're not one of the ones affected by this. Just keep an eye on it.
So, is this this isn't is this the Grand Sport or the Grand Sport X?
Grand Sport. So Ricky says, yeah, if it's a Grand Sport only issue with the leak, then it might be coming from an additional oil cooler or something along those lines. And that's what I'm thinking too. We don't know at this point exactly what the details are, only that this person says that there's 1,200 Grand Sports affected. He didn't say Stingrays, but he didn't specifically not say Stingrays. So we'll see what happens.
Is it during a certain manufacturer date, or is there?
The information I showed is the only information I have.
Okay.
So again, we will definitely have more information as time goes on, because this is going to, if this is legit, this is going to be kind of a big issue. Yeah, I mean, if the oil leaking thing happened while on the track or the drag strip even, I mean, that's going to be a problem too. Riley Roofer says, Justin, you should have an install at your Carlisle booth on the headers. No way, man. I'd be there the entire 3 days of Carlisle installing these things. There's better people out there to install headers than me. And not only that, I don't want to do a set of headers. I didn't even want to do them on my car, but I wanted that sound, so I did it. Leaking that much oil shouldn't be hard to find the origin of the river of oil. I agree. And he may know, but the person who posted that didn't say where it was coming from, just that there was a back order on products. Yeah, so batteries that are low voltage in especially a C7 or C8, I can't speak for previous models, but it's probably true for them too. C7, C8 especially, super, super, super temperamental to voltage swings. So if you have a low battery, if you let the car sit too long, the battery dies, and you charge it up and then start it, you're going to get all kinds of check engine lights, all kinds of dash errors and everything, and it's all from a low voltage or a dead battery. So usually that's the problem. However, this particular person's asking about, on a 2014 C7, random misfires, plugs and wires changed, problem continues. If that part hadn't been spoken of, I would tell you it's probably a spark plug issue. I had a very similar issue with my ZR1, found that one of the spark plugs was bad, and there's actually a TSB for it from when the car was brand new, when GM knew that they got a batch of bad AC Delco plugs. So if you already changed the wires and the plugs, then I would suggest to check your battery, make sure the battery's at full capacity, full voltage and everything. If you're not keeping it on a battery tender or anything like that, check that out. But yeah, that's definitely where I would start, because if it's not a spark plug or wire issue and you've already verified that by changing them, then you're definitely going to want to check the battery voltage. Another thing, guys, I have potentially a t-shirt mock-up here from Joe Lamb. This is for Carlisle. I'm going to be putting these on my website tonight. So if you guys want to get these t-shirts for Carlisle, you need to pre-order them by Friday, this Friday. So if you want this shirt, you'll be able to buy it tonight after the live video. So here it is. Let me know what you guys think about this. This is a kind of a little bit of a departure from the kind of shirts I normally make. I mean,
You melt?
yeah, I was going to say, I don't know where I was going with that, but this is a little bit more in your face, I guess. Let's see if we can get these zoomed in a little bit. Here we go. So the back of the shirt's going to have the graphic on it there you see with my Z06. It says built obsessed. Down below, it says naturally aspirated, unapologetically obsessed. That sounds accurate. And then, of course, the HPO logo right on the front of the shirt. So let me know what you guys think of that. I was pretty happy with it. But let me know if you like that, because if you do, I'm going to have them on the website tonight. We need to get a pre-order going so you can pick them up at Carlisle. If you're not going to Carlisle, you can still buy this shirt. You'll just have to let me know you're not going, and I can. There would be an additional fee for shipping. What do you think of that?
Yeah, not bad.
You like it? I thought it was pretty cool. It's a little different than what I usually do.
I think the only thing I would do differently would be to take the HPO thing off the back in the left corner, because it's already in the front. Do you know what I'm saying?
How about a picture of the foam finger on the front? I suppose we could do that. The shirt is going to be only in black, Kevin, but if you request and if you place an order and you want a different color shirt, just let me know what color you want. Since these are pre-order, I can get you a different color shirt. But at the booth, they will be black only. I will have additional shirts for sale at Carlisle, these shirts, and they're only going to be in black. So if you want to get one of these, pre-order it. Let me know what color you want, and let me know if you're picking it up at Carlisle or not, because if you're not, there's going to be shipping on there as well. once it's I knew someone was going to ask this. Engineer Insanity, once it's turbo, does the shirt change? No, because to be honest with you, it's one of those things for me where this car, where I have it currently with my mods and the tune and everything, and once it's on E85, which will be very soon, this car is really, really close to 700 wheel horsepower naturally aspirated, which is absolutely insane. With the turbo kit, it's going to be like 850 and, of course, more torque. So it's not a crazy bump in power. I mean, it is, but it's not at the same time, if that makes sense. So naturally aspirated, really, it's a crazy car right off the bat. But to build it the way that I have with the tune and everything, this thing's nuts. So I don't think I would change the wording here because you can build this car either way and have a lot of fun with it. But let me know. If you guys want to grab this, like I said, if you want a different color shirt, just make sure you're putting it in the order. And if you're not going to pick it up at Carlisle, I'll have some sort of box somewhere for you to check. There will be an added shipping cost, but otherwise, these will be roughly the same price as my other shirts. Ricky, I do want to do that at some point. He said I should do a shirt with the member names on it. I do want to do that, and there's not enough time now to do it before Carlisle, so at some point, I'm going to do that. Ricky Bobby says, hey, Justin, I just emailed a picture of the new ZR1X. It's so good to drive. Nice. I'll check it out. Maybe add some small flames shooting out of the exhaust. No, I don't want to go crazy with this. I thought that was pretty cool. 10 second Z06 says, I'd rather get gray because black is hot. But then I guess the car wouldn't look good on gray. Yeah, it would still be fine. I think that whole back part's going to be a graphic. So the shirt shouldn't affect it too much.
Do you want to, is light gray black and then light gray an option? Shirts, like a heather gray?
Yeah, I mean, whatever color you want, pretty much.
Because we know Carlisle's always hot.
Rally Roofers, Justin, you want my ZR1 parked by your booth, black with all carbon options? For now, I'm going to say I would love that, but I don't know exactly how the booth is going to look yet because we're going to have the camera crew and everything there. If you want to get in on having like an interview with you in your car, I would have you there at some point. I don't know how much room is going to be there, though, because we're also going to have a very interesting personality with us at the booth who just so happens to have a ZR1X, and I may or may not have done some work for him in Florida on that ZR1X. So if you know what I'm talking about, you'll know who that is. We're probably going to have Street Speed at the booth with us. He wants to share a booth this year. So I don't know. Send me an email, though. Let me know. Send me an email, and I'll keep in touch with you on that.
Are you taking your ZR1 to Corvette to Carlisle this year? Or is it just the Z06?
Yeah, I'm taking both.
How are they both getting there?
We'll figure that part out.
Oh, geez.
ZR1 Mark says, definitely need mine in Justin Gray. Yep. I mean, that the car on the back of this shirt is my car. That's legitimately a picture of my car that I took. So that is definitely Justin Gray. Professor Corvette says, yes, personalized version for extra cost, of course, member's name on front. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that 100%, but I don't know if it will be on this shirt. I don't think we have time at this point to make it for this shirt. Unless, let me see, did we get a Joe? I'm not sure if Joe Lamb's still in here.
He'd be I don't know if he still is, but he wasn't.
He'd be able to answer that question. So if we get these pre-ordered by Friday, I might be able to get him to throw the member's name on there too. Let me talk to him about it, but I will put the pre-order up on the website after the live video is over here. So let's get as many of these ordered as possible because I'm only going to get 5 additional of each size. So if you come to Carlisle and you want to buy one, I'm only going to have 5 of each size. So yeah, it's going to be limited. So if you want this, try to get it pre-ordered on the website first because that's how we're going to want to do this. Can we get other members' names on our t-shirts? If you really want it, man, you place the order, you tell me what name you want on there. And as long as it's not something god-awful, we could probably make that happen. Yeah, Joe Lamb's. I don't know if Joe Lamb's liking the idea, but what do you think, Joe? Do we say yay or nay to the names on this particular shirt? But we can do that in the future. But for this particular one, I'm guessing you're gonna say, let's not do that.
We're getting close.
But yeah, let us know what you think, Joe. You're the man behind the shirt, so to speak. Yeah, Professor Corvette says make a Grand Sport version of the T-shirt with internal bladder that drips oil. God. And then people you guys say these comments, and then people point the finger at me like I'm the hater. All I'm doing is just reading what you guys say. Are you taking both court? Yes, I am. How are you going to do that? We'll figure that part out. Yep. Let's see. That's a good looking shirt. Where's the link to order a new shirt? P-Funk, it will be on my website, which is just horsepowerobsessed.com. After this live is over, I still have to add it. We literally just finished this rendering about 10 minutes ago. So I will have it on there for sure for you guys to see. But for now, it's not on this site yet, but it will be. Ricky Z06, formerly known as Ricky E-Ray. Yeah, that's a lot to put on there. Okay, so Joe Lamb saying there's not enough time for this shirt with the names. But stay tuned. We will definitely have another shirt coming in the future that we will put members' names on. So, yeah, that's definitely going to be a thing. But for this particular shirt, we're not going to do it. Make a shirt with the Grand Sport on, a milk carton, and have it say "Got oil." Everybody's going to hate me for this. All right, we got 175 people in here watching. 117 thumbs up. It's not bad. Let's keep going. Smash the thumbs up. Put name goes here on future TV or T-shirt on the front of the shirt. I like it.
You're having a problem talking tonight. Future TV.
100% the added turbo horsepower will smooth out the feel low key. Yeah. I agree. And while I agree with that, it's still one of those things. I'm going to love the idea of a turbo car. Don't get me wrong. I've had turbo cars in the past. They're always fun. I'm going to kind of miss the naturally aspirated for about 2 seconds until I push the gas pedal. Is what I would guess. Unless we get the same name on all the shirts. I'll just put number 1 member. I like it. They have a Grand Sport with a diaper on it. That's actually pretty funny. All right, so what do we got here? Let me see if I think there was a little bit more news, maybe. Victory says, first time catching you live, got a Steelers jersey for you. Nice. That pillow back there might be an indication of how that goes in this household. She's a Steelers fan. Right?
Yeah, I don't mind them.
Name me one Steelers player.
Why are you being like that? I haven't really watched football in 2 years.
This is an easy one, Amber.
Yeah, I know. Well, used to
Name
be,
me one Steelers player.
Well, it used to be Aaron Rodgers.
No, it still is.
Is he?
I thought he's back for another year.
Oh, so. Is he?
I'm kind of torn because I'm not really a Steelers guy, but I do like Aaron Rodgers. So if the Aaron Rodgers can do well and the Steelers still lose, that's the best case scenario for me. Dan says, hopefully I make it to Carlisle. My starter went on my 06. Really? That's not good. There's Jay Brazelton. What's up? Jay, we got some heavy hitters for these Concept 841 headers. Kevin Horan says, for the future, you could have HPO name badge where we could wear at different events you are at. Yeah, I guess I could do that. Oh, there we go. Bring a trailer 23 Z07 with 35 miles on it. That's pretty cool. I would hope that that's not going for anything too crazy. Aaron, how are you doing, man? He says, I'm actually curious about what model all the people in chat own. like what the mix is. Is there a way to see with a poll, base model, Grand Sport, Z06? Yeah, let's do a poll here.
Is this all going to be just a C8 poll or a C7 poll? Like,
We'd have to do them separately, I think.
can you have 2 polls going at one time?
No. So this is only going to be for the C8 guys initially. What C8 model do you own? We're going to do Z06, Stingray, E-Ray, Grand Sport. I can only do 4 options here. All right, this is going to exclude the 01 and 01X guys because there's not really that many of those cars out right now anyway. So it's just going to be Z06, Stingray, E-Ray, or Grand Sport. We'll start with that. So there's the poll. Let me know what you guys own. That's actually a pretty good question, Aaron, because I've never asked that before. Nope, the E-Ray is going to be in there because there's more E-Rays out there than 01s or 01Xs. Yeah, no 01, no 01X right now because there's so few of them anyway. Yeah, well, that's true, Darren. If you have more than one, I don't know what the heck to say. Like, just vote for whichever one of those 2 is your favorite. I guess. I don't know. I can only have 4 options on there for some reason. Let's see. Oh, there we go. What do you think of that, Amber?
Oh, she's bringing one to Carlisle. Do you prefer white, red, or both? White's my favorite, man.
General Lee, what's going on, man? Nice to see you. General, any chance you're coming to Carlisle this year? If you are, you would be great to have on the live video. Because I'm going to have like a professional film crew there. Basically, we're going to be doing all kinds of live streaming from the show. Again, guys, if you're interested in sitting down and having an interview with me at Carlisle, I'm going to interview you. We're going to show your car. We're going to talk about the mods you've done, why you've done it, why you picked the car you did. If you want to be a part of that, I need you to send me an email and just let me know that you'd like to do the interview at Carlisle with me so I can put you down, and we're going to get everybody kind of lined up in a way that no one gets left behind, so to speak. So let me know if you want to do that. If you do, just shoot me an email. It's just horsepowerobsessed@gmail.com, and I will make sure to get you on that list. I went with the Z06. Okay. Yeah, I know you used to have one anyway, so that makes sense. All right, let's see. Oh, wow. I guess I shouldn't be surprised by this. 71% right now are saying Z06. 70% now. 2% saying Grand Sport. That's surprising. Yeah, that's true. I remember you did all the mods. I think it was that last year at Carlisle? I'm pretty sure it was. I bring the bucket when you drink too much wine. Nice. General, I'm not going to be there. Okay. That sucks. I would have liked to have had you on the live. One of these days, I'm going to get you on a live video. Victory says, I don't own one yet, but looking at E-Ray, that's a whole vote. Okay. That's the best option, a second car. Z06 is the best. Do yourself a favor and get a Z06. That is not me. That's not me saying that. That's another Z06 owner. So I know you guys, I knew you guys know that I like the Z06, but I do like the other cars in the lineup as well. It's just, I obviously prefer one over the other. The only one I would prefer over the Z06 is the ZR1. And maybe someday if the dealers ever stop being ridiculous with it, I can get one. Joey Cuts, what was that? Oh, it's a Grand Sport. Okay. I just assumed it was the C6 was also the 06. Yeah. See, Ricky, you joined the dark side, man. It's entertaining over here, you know. And I love that you're going to get that reference without any kind of problems. All the Grand Sport owners are changing their diapers right now. That's funny. Yeah, I thought that was last year. Generally says looking forward to it. So am I. Let's do it. ZR1 Mark says I drive my Z06 over the ZR1 last night. I drove my Z06. Yeah. Each car, all the cars in the lineup have their own merits, and sometimes you're feeling one more than the other, and I can totally appreciate that. So it looks like Z06 and Stingray are the big ones here, and I mean honestly that makes sense. They've made a lot of Z06s, they made a lot of Stingrays. They didn't make a whole lot of E-Rays, and they have not made a lot of Grand Sports yet, but Grand Sport is going to be everywhere soon. Mim says, from a Stingray owner, get a Z06. People are going to hate me for this, and all I'm doing is reading people's comments. Yeah, Kevin Horan says, remember all the Grand Sports that are going to Carlisle, that he has special parking spots available for you if you have a Grand Sport. So you can reach out to me or directly out to Kevin if you have his information. If you have a Grand Sport and you want to park with them at Carlisle, he kind of puts that together with his Corvette club. Joe, I will definitely not be busy doing that. I'm not going to do any installs at Carlisle. Almost everything on these cars takes way too long to do at Carlisle. But we will have some solar performance products there if you guys want to come by and check them out. Engineer says, has anyone actually taken a Grand Sport to the drag strip yet? I feel like it should do decent. I thought I saw someone do it, and it was I think it was like a 10.9 or 11-second quarter mile. It was a hair slower than a Z06, hair faster than the previous 6.2 liter Stingray. But the Stingray with the new 6.7 will likely do it even faster because it's less weight. Jeez. Bill says that it's funny that I talk about the Grand Sport leaking oil. He just came home from his doctor where he had his knee drained. Had my knee went down to the GM assembly line, it would have been self-draining. Yeah, that none of that sounds good or fun.
That's actually painful. Getting water taken off your knee.
Lots of love for the Z06 in here.
No.
Oh, Lord. Ricky says, I actually love the Z06, but something always draws me to the sound of the 6.2 with an exhaust. That low-end torque is great for cruising. Yeah, it is. And that's the thing is, I've said for a while now that the C8 lineup has a car for everybody. It doesn't matter what you're into, what you like, what you prefer. There's a car for you in the lineup if you are looking for something specific. So, yeah.
They do make C6 throttle bodies, right?
That's a good question. Actually, if Solar Joe is still in here, do you guys have a solar throttle body for the C6 Corvette? Because if you do, Joey Cuts is interested. All right, guys, we got 233 people in here watching, only 130 thumbs ups. Let's smash the thumbs up, guys. If you're liking the content so far, I'd really appreciate it. The thumbs ups are free, and they make me feel good. So hit that thumbs up. General Lee says, I had a guy ask me what year my Z06 was. I said 23. He actually said, what? You don't have the new one? Whatever, dude. Wow. That's weird. That's a really weird thing to say to somebody. That's true, too. Yeah, Joe Lamb has a tent specifically for E-Ray guys. So, if you guys want to be part of the Kevin Horan Grand Sport group, shoot me an email and I'll get you over to him. Or if you have an E-Ray and you want to put together or get together with other E-Ray owners, send me an email, or if you have Joe Lamb's direct contact info, you can message him as well. Either way, both of these are really awesome options if you have either one of these two cars, because as the poll shows, the E-Ray and the Grand Sport are the least amount of people in here, so there's not a lot of you guys to park with each other, but two of these people are putting together big groups of these cars so you guys can all be with like-minded individuals. So shoot me an email if you want to be with the E-Ray or with the Grand Sport guys at Corvettes of Carlisle this year. Vader says 92 millimeter throttle body is one of his favorite mods so far for the C7. Just joined. What's causing the leak with the Grand Sport? We don't know what's causing the leak. We just know that somebody posted the information saying that they're having a problem, and this is it here. So he is losing about a quart of oil a day on his garage floor and claims that there's 1,200 grand sports that are affected. That's all the information we have right now. But as more information comes out, I will, of course, keep you guys updated. And if I had to guess, we're going to get a TSB on this here pretty soon. So again, this is only for informational purposes. This is not me poking fun at any specific model because, like I said, I'm a Z06 guy, and the Z06 had a very similar issue when it first came out. So just be aware that if you have a Grand Sport, keep an eye on the undercarriage. Make sure you're not leaking oil. Ricky, with his Z06, is going to crash the E-Ray tent now. Just kidding. He's still an E-Ray guy. Is the LS6 the same performance as LT2 with ported throttle bodies? Probably not. It's probably a hair closer. The 6.2 is probably a hair closer to the 6.7 with the throttle body, but there's more than just the throttle body that has changed. They added, obviously, dual injection, so port and direct injection on that engine, higher compression ratio, and obviously bigger displacement. So the power comes from a couple different places. Who's paying for the power chargers? We have power at the booth. We'll have power. I lowered my C8 on factory coils, Z51. Any long-term issues? So far, so good for me. Got the tow corrected right afterwards. Just want to make sure if anybody had long-term experience. I've lowered both my 23 and my 25 Z06 combined roughly 30,000 miles on that, and I never had any problems. So I would say probably no issues. If you think about it, GM put those adjustable coilovers in that car knowing that for the track purposes especially, you were going to lower it. So odds are good they intended on it riding that low. So you'll probably be fine. No, ported throttle bodies won't add close to 40 horsepower. Well, they do add about 22 horsepower on a Z06. So it's not unheard of. Now, will it hit 40? No, but 22-ish on a Z06, that's pretty impressive. Throughout the power band, it hit like 43, I think it was, which is crazy for a throttle body. Don't get me wrong. I know it's crazy, but you can't argue dyno results. Are there hotels at Carlisle do some people camp? I have never seen someone camp, but I don't know that that means you can't. There are plenty of hotels in the area, though. If you want to shoot me an email, I can actually send you the hotel that I'm staying at. I don't know if they still have any openings or not, but you can stay at the same hotel if you'd like. That is a lot of oil. I mean, a quart a day is a lot, and that tells me it's likely a gasket that's leaking. So it's probably a pretty easy fix, but it is still something to keep an eye on. Yeah, there is no Z06 group, right? Yeah, everybody else got a group going on. No Z06 group. Honestly, I'm gonna have a Z06, my C8 Z06, my C7 ZR1, a C8 ZR1X. And whatever you guys want to bring to the booth to do the interview, I'll have all kinds of cars at my booth this Carlisle. So if you guys, whatever you want to bring over, you can bring it over and sit down and do an interview with me on the live YouTube channel. Anthony George says, basically totaled my Z06 last week, got caught in the rain. It'll never be the same again. That's crazy. All right, guys. So again, if you want to get in on the Concept A41 header giveaway, whether you have a Z06 or a Stingray, you can send me Venmo when this video is no longer live, or you can donate right on the Super Chat or through Zelle. However you want to donate, you just mention in there what you're donating for, and I'll make sure you get credit for that. So it doesn't have to be live, but as we're live here currently, I think we had 4 people donate today. So this is going to be a massive giveaway at the end of this month, guys. Make sure you're getting in on this.
What happened with Anthony George?
Then he got caught in the rain.
Oh.
Yeah, Lloyd, by the time you get a Grand Sport X, the leak, that 100% that should be fixed by then. Because, like I said, it's got to be a gasket. That's not that hard for GM to figure out. Ricky said he is staying at. Where did that comment go? It disappeared. There it is. I'm staying at the Marriott brand hotel. It's about 10 miles out from the fairgrounds.
10 mils.
You'll be able to clearly hear him, though, because he has a Z06. I guess there's a real need for an oil catch can with the Grand Sport. Actually, you know what? I don't think I've seen anybody developing a catch can yet for the C6.7, so that's something to keep in mind. I hope not. That's a big question. Chili Pepper says, wonder if the motor needs to be pulled to fix the oil leak. Let's hope not. Honestly, even the oil leak on the Z06 didn't have to be pulled, but sometimes they did. So I would be pretty upset with that if that has to be something that the engine has to be pulled for. That would suck.
Stealth Z06 just sent you a $50 Zell.
Yeah, that's fine. Stealth, if we're live, I know what you're sending it for, but I only said that for people who would send it after the video is not live anymore. Yeah, and I got that, by the way, too. I guess I should be checking my phone a little more often here. So I will get you in for another 10 entries. Yep, I got you in for another 10 entries. You already had 10, I believe. So let me see. Yep, you already had 10, so now you have 20. Okay. Oh, Riley Rupert says, I'm seeing a lot of people with this oil leak. Are you referring to the Grand Sport oil leak? Because if that's the case, I have not seen anybody else other than that one person commenting on Facebook, which is why I was leaving it up to more information coming later. But if you're seeing a bunch of people with it, then this is something that definitely needs to be addressed. A mobile oil pan, yeah. Yeah, let me know, Rally Roofers, where you've seen that.
There's more fireworks going off. Do you hear them?
AARPM says I've grown pretty fond of my 17 Grand Sport. I'm pondering an LMR trip for it next spring. Yeah.
That's Texas, right? LMR's
yeah.
Texas.
Your C7 is really an awesome looking car. Of course, I'm a little bit biased, but I really like the black on black look, of course. And I'm really a gigantic fan of the C7 in general. I think that is one of the nicest looking Corvettes. Not that, the C8's obviously very nice looking too, but I think the C7 is still potentially my favorite design.
Actually, I kind of got a question for Professor. I know he's not probably going to Corvettes at Carlisle, but what did he give Christina for her birthday? Do you know what he got Christina for her birthday? Rob, do you want to answer that question for me?
Jesus. I got people hating me over the Z06 thing, and now I'm gonna get girlfriends hating boyfriends over birthday presents.
That's okay. We agreed to not do an anniversary present this year. Our anniversary present was the house, so that's enough.
That's true. Ulysses says, when will Solar Performance actually have 92mm Z06 throttle bodies on its shelf ready to ship? I know they were running a little bit behind, but I think they're on the shelf now. I don't actually know 100%, but they should be shipping pretty soon. I don't know if Joe's still in here or not, but he might be able to answer that question better. Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't really pass gas stations now as it is with the naturally aspirated car.
Did you see what he just said? The Amber Christina summit continues.
Yeah. This was a bad idea, Professor. It was a bad idea to get her to reach out. And that was your idea, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess I don't know. It's a shame they're not coming this year though, because they are a lot of fun.
Yeah.
He
I
is a
agree.
character. Professor Corvette is a character. He got a what is that? What's the same color that Bill has?
Red Mist.
Yeah,
Yeah, he has
the
the
Red Mist
Yeah.
CO6.
Ricky Bobby says he has a video of his 16-year-old daughter driving the new ZR1X, and she says every 16-year-old should own one. I can't think of a worse car for a 16-year-old to own. That car is scary fast.
It's funny
That is
how
definitely not something a 16-year-old should have.
it's funny how we just had this conversation yesterday about driving your Z06.
Yeah, for the same reason.
For
It's too expensive. There's
probably
too
the same
many
reason.
too many aftermarket things on it.
Only she's 16 and I'm 45.
Yeah, but you're probably mentally 16.
Oh, really? You think? So it makes me fun, I guess.
Yeah, if the house was the present this year, how do you go bigger next year?
My own Z06. Hey,
Bi-
shit, I'd take a Stingray at this point.
Bill, you're gonna have to start throwing some donations at this here.
Actually, Bill, you can
You're
just
you're
give
giving
me
her
your
these
Z06.
ideas. You're giving her these ideas.
Bill can just give me his Z06. Because he can't drive that truck he has and his Z06 at the same time.
Next poll: what should Professor Corvette get Christina for her birthday? I don't even know if I want to get into these results. All right, so 83 votes. 60% say they own a Z06. 25% say Stingray. 11% say E-Ray. 4% say Grand Sport. So I think it was Aaron that asked to do this poll. 60% of the guys watching right now have Z06s. That's pretty substantial. But we are going to end that poll, and I'm going to start another one for Rob here. Actually, no, that's going to be a question more than anything. So, answer viewer questions live. What? I don't know what a lot of this stuff even is. Maybe I should be focusing on that. All right, well, I'm just going to ask it. I'm not going to start a poll. You guys know Professor Corvette. If you know Professor Corvette and Christina, what should he buy for her birthday?
Well, a belated birthday present, I guess at this point we should say.
ZR1 Mark says, buy my ZR1 for her.
I know.
I would say
she wouldn't say no.
I would say buy me a ZR1, and I will claim it's somehow for her, even though it's mine. Yeah, they are. They're very, especially the ZR1 and the ZR1X. They're extremely timid cars until you put your foot on that gas. It's almost like false confidence, because when I first drove my very first ZR1, it was actually street speed ZR1. I got in there and I was driving it, and everything felt so similar. That the interior was the same, everything felt the same as my Z06, and then I just smashed the gas, and immediately it hits you. That is not a Z06.
Actually, we can even do another poll since there's 2 drivers but 3 vehicles going.
No, there's more than 2 drivers.
What do you mean there's more than 2?
I'll have David here. Ken will be here. Squirrel Cage Garage. You're going to be here. I'll be here. We have more than enough drivers.
Oh. Who wants to drive the truck? Because I'm trading up this year. The last 7 years I had to drive the truck. There's been only 1 year I drove.
Like the TRX is such a bad thing to drive.
Well, I don't want to drive it this year, so I'm pawning this off on somebody else.
Yeah, General Lee says, I'm 61 and I know for sure the ZR1 or ZR1X would land me in jail. Yeah. The Z06 is already making quite a case for that kind of thing. So.
Yeah, you know about cases, all right, huh?
Mm-hmm. It's all the same until your foot goes down. Exactly.
Well, guys, we should probably wrap this up.
Yeah, I think we're going to.
I think our grocery order might be here.
Take her somewhere and get some flowers, Professor Corvette. Simple, but classic.
Yeah, I'm not really. I don't really dig the flowers.
Take her somewhere nice. Get something nice to eat. Get her some flowers. Problem solved.
Nah, no
Easy,
flowers.
easy peasy.
Flowers are a waste of money. They die in a week and a half.
Yeah, well, whatever. Either way, guys, we're going to wrap this thing up. So smash the thumbs up button if you like the conversations tonight. Concept 841 headers are still going to be the giveaway, of course. So if you're watching this after it's live, you can still donate. Just let me know what the donation's for, and I'll make sure you get entered. Other than that, guys, like I said, if
Wait
you could.
a second. Before we go, Matt Hurley just said he's on.
Wow, Matt Hurley. It's been a minute, man. How are you?
Yes.
Hi. There you go. Buy Christina Starbucks store. She loves Starbucks. Buy her store. Good God. Yeah. Homer Simpson, get her a nice bowling ball and a nice bowling ball bag. Yeah.
Oh,
What's
wow.
wrong with that?
At least customize it. Maybe put her name or something on it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Of course you put her name on it.
Yeah, that's geez. Christina, I none of these comments sound good.
This is a room full of guys, and I think Mim is the only girl here. So you're not going to get a lot of good answers out of this.
Well, maybe I knowing Christina would like a good handbag. I think that's would be nice. A good handbag.
There you go, Professor. Good luck with that one, because I wouldn't even know where to start with something like that. But get a good handbag, apparently.
Ask Justin if there's any room in our walk-in closet for his clothes besides my shoes and purses. There's not. He's been shipped to the spare bedroom.
All right. We're going to wrap this up. Smash the thumbs up, guys, if you liked it. Let me know if you're interested in being on the live video at Carlisle by sending me an email so I can put you on the list. Donate. Grab these t-shirts. I'm going to put them on the site here shortly. Make sure you're going there, grabbing a t-shirt. Let me know if you want a different color. And make sure, if you're not going to be at Carlisle, that you basically check the box that says you need shipping.
And if you're sending Zelle after this live is over, just make sure you put in the comments as to why.
Yeah, what it is you're
Concept 841 headers is all you need to say, or headers.
Yep.
Something.
All right, guys, that's it. Smash the thumbs up button.
Otherwise, the donations go to me.
That's not true. That won't happen. We'll see you set, guys, the same time, same place next Monday night. And until then,
Stay obsessed.
she got it this time.